These professional chefs all want to break into the top ranks of the world's culinary elite. Deciding who has the talent to cut it is MasterChef judge Gregg Wallace.
It's a twist of a lemon and a chop of a chilli away from perfection.
And culinary legend Michel Roux Jr. With 2 Michelin stars, he's expecting perfection.
I think it's smashing. It looks great.
Cooking doesn't get better than this. These 4 chefs have been working in professional kitchens for years, but they want to prove they can compete at their industry's highest level.
We're looking for a rough diamond of a chef, someone that we can polish, someone that we can nurture, someone that will ultimately make it to greatness.
What we want is to open the Michelin guide one day and find one of these chefs' names in it.
In today's show, the professionals will be set 3 grueling tests. Only the best chef will make it through to the quarterfinal. In this, the first of the tests, the contestants will not be cooking for Michel. As one of only a handful of 2 Michelin star chefs in the country, the 4 contestants will have to earn the right to cook for him. To whittle them down to the best 3, he's sending in his senior sous chef Monica to judge them.
Move it! Get that garnish on the plate now!
Monica, my sous chef, has been working for me for over 5 years. I trust her judgment. I know that if she says it's all right, then it's good.
Monica wants to determine who she'd be prepared to put in front of Michel. Only the best 3 chefs will have the privilege to cook for him. The other will be going home.
Today's skill test is to clean and butterfly these prawns. What I like to see happen is straightforward. Remove the head from the prawn, remove the shell, cut down the back of the prawn with a knife, then we like them to cook them. Today's palate test is to make us a wonderful pesto.
I really want to see these guys. Let's get them in.
First up is 23-year-old Richard, who's a chef in his father's Staffordshire restaurant.
It makes me feel good about myself when I can create something and use my skills and techniques that I've learned to make other people happy and have a good time,
Richard, 10 minutes, prawns and pesto, please. Off you go.
This competition's very important to me at the minute, and I just don't want to go home at the first stage. I want to get in there, show the judges what I can do, and get to the next round and win it.
Richard, you've got just 3 minutes left. We want the pesto and the prawns. I think you might have to up the pace. You have 60 seconds. Richard, time's up.
Looking at your prawns, it's clear to see you know how to butterfly a prawn. And then there is one on there which hasn't touched the side of the pan properly and it's still raw. There's too much salt on that, and the black pepper is too strong.
My one is absolutely fantastic.
The garlic is too strong. That's all I'm getting through that.
My word, that's ridiculous. But you were just up against it with time. Off you go.
Thank you. I'm just very disappointed, to be honest, because I know for a fact I could have done a lot better. but fingers crossed, eh?
As well as being head chef in a Newbury gastropub, 26-year-old Justin writes for several food magazines.
I would love to open my own restaurant, and a big sort of obsession of mine is delis at the moment. It's been something I wanted to do for years, so there would definitely be like a little deli, all homemade goods, so that's what I'm after.
Off you go, you got 10 minutes. You've only got 2 minutes, Justin. Finish it and plate it.
Done.
Done?
Yeah.
I'm curious why you didn't use the mortar.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
The whole idea is to use that mortar to crush and get the flavour out of everything you were using. This has all the flavour. It needs to be all broken together. It's a shame. That was really nicely seasoned. The touch of lemon juice comes through at the end.
Beautiful. Absolutely flawless. Justin, off you go. We'll get you back as soon as we can. Go on.
Thank you very much.
Go on.
It started off really well. A little bit of a mishap with the pesto. I think maybe the nerves at the end probably got me there.
Cooking is in the blood for 24-year-old Adam, whose grandparents owned a restaurant. He now works in a one-rosette kitchen in Windsor.
I love being a chef because it's a way of life. You can be experimental, and you can make your own mark on things, and that's why I love it.
Adam, 10 minutes. Best of luck. Adam, you've had 5 minutes. You have 2 minutes. You finished?
Yeah.
Colour-wise, one side, too much colour. Other side, just right. You need a balance. Cooking-wise, you can clearly see they're under in the middle, but I will still try it. You got so much lemon in that, that's all you're tasting. This pesto tastes quite nice. I am getting a bit of everything on there.
How can a chef who makes wonderful pesto not cook a prawn properly? Thank you very much.
Bit disappointed, to be honest. It's just a simple mistake, and I think that it could cost me, quite a lot, to be honest.
Last up is head chef Brett, who 5 years ago swapped his job in a bank for chef's whites.
I'm definitely here to win. I'll give it my best shot. Hopefully a few things will go my way. I'll get a bit of luck along the way.
Brett, you know what we want from you? You've got 10 minutes. You have 3 minutes left, Brett. That's it, time's up.
In front of me are prawns, yes. But why they look like this, I don't understand.
No, they're not butterflied properly.
Nicely seasoned. Just a shame it's unpresentable.
The far ends of all those prawns aren't cooked properly.
Slightly under-seasoned. With a bit more seasoning, I'd use that.
It's missing the zing. It needs actually more basil, and it needs more lemon. We're a bit divided on this one. Thank you very much.
I'd definitely like to have done better. I like to get things right, and it does grind me when I don't, so yeah.
We have 4 chefs. They've given it their best shot. We can only keep 3 of them.
Overall, not a bad lot today.
I really like Justin.
Justin's prawns were wonderful. Nicely seasoned, nicely cooked.
He got good flavours, Justin, in that pesto, but he completely ignored the pestle and mortar.
I think the nerves got the better of me and I just sort of chucked it in a bowl. My mistake, but hopefully they'll forgive me this time.
But I will take the risk and push him through because he has potential. Richard prepped those prawns like a professional would, but one was raw, one was nicely seasoned, and one was over-seasoned.
First taste of that pesto was excellent.
But I'm still tasting the amount of garlic he put in that.
I hope that they can see past the overload of garlic and see that there is potential there. Fingers crossed that I haven't stuffed it up.
Interesting man, Adam, because he delivered for me the best pesto I tasted.
That was a nice pesto.
I can't balance up the cook who gives me the best pesto and the worst prawns.
When it came to cooking them, burnt one side, nicely cooked on the other side, raw in the middle.
If I don't get through to the next stage, I'm going to be disappointed, to be honest. I've always wanted an opportunity to prove myself and to make a name for myself. So yeah, I'll be devastated, to be honest, if I don't get through.
But then you move into Brett. Brett could not butterfly a prawn.
Such a beautiful ingredient should have been treated with the utmost respect. I wouldn't even think of giving that to Michel.
I thought Brett's pesto lacked basil.
But the method that he used to make the pesto was the best today.
If I get through this round, then sort of I can probably relax a bit and start cooking my own food, and it's just, I don't know, it feels almost like a bit of a lottery round, really.
I want Justin through because he didn't have any major faults. The other 3 all messed up equally, and I can't decide between them.
But one of these guys made such a huge mistake that I cannot forgive. The chef that's leaving us today is Brett. Next time round, you will be cooking for Chef Michel. Please don't disappoint me.
Yes, yeah, nice one.
Can't wait to cook for Michel Roux Jr. and I was just so happy that I've got the final chance to. Just thrilled.
Now that's out of the way, in my eyes the hard part's done, I hope.
I'm fairly surprised I got through. I just got to, focus more and not let my nerves get the best of me, and just give it all I've got.
It's day 2. Adam, Richard, and Justin are back. And this time they have the chance to cook for Michel Roux Jr. To get through to the quarter-final, they have to show him they can deliver the precise, inspiring food expected at this highest level.
For the versatility test, you have a mackerel. We want you to cook 2 great dishes using that mackerel. Prove to us that you really want to go through to the next round and that you have the talent and flair, knowledge, passion, all the required skills. Simple, 50 minutes, 2 great dishes. This is a real challenge. This is the challenge that real chefs enjoy because it is under pressure.
Their larder ingredients include potatoes, risotto rice, cream, fennel, onions, chili, rocket, tomatoes, rhubarb and orange. They also have a selection of plates to give Michel a sense of their presentation skills.
I would like to see the chefs show off with their filleting skills. Remove all the pin bones and fillet it beautifully. Mackerel is a nice oily fish and it needs some kind of acidity to go with it. Some kind of dressing or a chutney, a fruit-based sauce. It can be served raw as a tartare, a carpaccio, maybe with Asian styles or a citrus dressing. It can also be grilled, pan-fried. It's an extremely versatile fish.
They need to have creativity, they need to have organisation, and they need to have that at pace in this versatility test.
Being a chef to me is incredibly important. It's all I think about when I go to bed at night. It's all I think about during the day when I'm at work. I couldn't see myself doing anything else, and I just love cooking and love food.
All right, Richard.
Hi.
What are you cooking for us then?
First, the dish is going to be seared mackerel. I'm going to do a simple tomato, chilli salsa. And then the second dish is grilled mackerel with a rocket and anchovy risotto.
Ooh. Are you comfortable with fish?
I feel that fish tends to be my strong point, so hopefully I can prove to you that that is my strong point today. But I don't want to big myself up too much.
You are quite young though, Richard. You're the youngest one here. Does that mean you're inexperienced, do you think? Or?
If you start young, you can gain experience as you grow up to become a very experienced chef.
My main sort of game plan is just to be consistent throughout the day and to make sure I deliver every dish the same consistency and the same quality and just make sure that it's slightly better than everyone else's.
What do these 2 dishes tell us about you then?
I like sort of more simple sort of British style dishes, but I like to try and put some kind of edge on it wherever possible really, and mainly just to keep the flavours, you know, simple but obviously as tasty as possible really.
You strike me as a confident chap generally, are you?
Generally, I am quite a confident person. I love doing things like this. Everything I enter, I want to win, otherwise I wouldn't enter it.
You don't plan on losing today then?
No, I certainly don't.
Halfway! You've got 25 minutes left.
In the last round, my nerves got to me, but hopefully this time, you know, I can keep my nerves at bay.
Right, Adam, what are you cooking for us?
My first dish is going to be seared mackerel with confit of rhubarb and an orange salad. And the second one is going to be, again, seared mackerel with pomme de terre, fennel puree and a fish cream.
You look a little bit nervous to me, Adam. What's the matter?
I am nervous. I want to give it all I've got. You know I can cook. I do it for a living. It's just the different atmospheres and everything else. You know, that's what's getting the better of me.
We believe in you, so get cracking. You can do it. Eh?
Okay.
Concentrate, you've got 7 minutes left. Guys, it's your last 60 seconds. Time's up. That's it. Time is up.
For his first dish, gastropub chef Justin has made grilled mackerel with a rocket and tomato salad in a caper dressing.
This salad, it looks huge and it looks a bit scruffy.
Yeah.
Nicely cooked mackerel, well seasoned. It's a very good dressing. It's got the right balance of acidity and sweetness.
Nice flavours. I just want to see a much prettier plate than that.
Justin's second dish is mackerel fillet on crushed potatoes with cream sauce and a fennel salad with an orange dressing.
I think you've almost got two dishes here. You've got the mackerel with the fennel or the mackerel with the sauce. On both dishes, judgment of seasoning is very good. But I think that you need to refine.
You have cooked that fish brilliantly. You have made really nice buttery potatoes. You made a really good sauce. You made a really good salad. I think it was a mistake to put them all on the same plate together.
I'd probably say that was the fastest 50 minutes of my life. And then I got in a bit of a panic and maybe I threw a few of the ingredients on the plate. If I had more time, I should have watched the clock maybe a bit more.
Adam has cooked mackerel fillet on a confit of rhubarb with an orange and rocket salad.
I like the way it's presented. The combination of a bit of fruit with mackerel works. You've taken it too far. You've given me far too much fruit. But this is a good dish.
I like the precision. I like how small everything is on there. And I love the colours. That's exactly what we're looking for. That rhubarb and orange together is a really nice, refreshing sweetness after that oily fish.
For his second dish, Adam has served mackerel on a fennel puree with new potatoes and a chive cream sauce.
Mackerel is lovely, well cooked, well seasoned. Your sauce is very good. And visually, I think it's pretty. It's the kind of presentation that you would find in a good restaurant.
I like the strong fennel that's coming through it. There's some sweet notes there as well. Your fish is cooked really well. I like it.
I am pleased with the way everything was plated. If anything's going to hold me back from the quarterfinals, it's going to be the stupid, simple mistakes.
For his first dish, 23-year-old Richard has served pan-fried mackerel fillet on tomato salad.
Very simplistic, but I don't have a problem with that because it is absolutely beautiful. I think it's smashing. It looks great. I like the idea of a sweet tomato salad with grilled mackerel. It's flavour combinations that work. However, it needs a lot more seasoning. Pepper or chilli, we gave you some chilli, and just maybe even a squeeze of orange juice in there, something to liven it up.
It's a twist of a lemon and a chop of a chilli away from perfection.
Richard's second dish is mackerel served on anchovy and rocket risotto.
Maybe you like this minimalist style, and when it's done properly and you deliver good flavoursome food, there's nothing wrong with it. But I'm not so sure a risotto works with mackerel. Really well cooked mackerel, crispy skin, well seasoned, delicious. The risotto, it hasn't got the right texture for a risotto. It's not right.
The only way that would work is if you chopped it all up and put the fish through the risotto so it was a bowl of starchy rice.
Today I tried to keep it simple, which they picked up on, and I just didn't deliver on taste, which is critical when you do simple food. Just need to improve, really.
Well done. Off you go.
We've got 3 good chefs here today.
Justin's mackerel salad had all the flavours and textures that you need to make a perfect salad. Unfortunately, it was too big and it was too scruffy. We are looking for presentation at a level far above that.
His second dish was definitely 2 dishes in one, and he's going to have to improve on that. He's also going to have to improve on his presentation.
I went for more of a rustic presentation when they were after more fine dining, but now I know that for the next challenge.
Both of Adam's dishes looked great. That is what we're looking for.
I think Adam had the best conceived mackerel dishes, possibly not executed to their full potential, but I think we should blame the nerves there.
If he can overcome those nerves and then eradicate those little mistakes, he could be great.
I know I've got ability, I know I've got skills, and, you know, it's just I've got to take everything together to, you know, to impress the judges.
Richard, I think, is the least experienced of our 3 chefs here today.
I love his Spartan presentation in the first dish. You know, that smacks of a confident chef to me.
His second dish, he had a risotto which really wasn't cooked properly. The whole dish was just not right for me. Richard, in the classic recipe test, has to get the combinations of taste and flavour right.
This afternoon it's going to be more packed full of flavour and blow them away.
In front of you, you have the ingredients for a salade Leonese. And we also want you to cook the classic French pastry, Paris-Brest. You have 1 hour and 20 minutes to cook these 2 great classic dishes. At the end of today, only one of you will go through to the quarterfinal. Get cooking.
Salade Lyonnaise comes from the French city of Lyon, which is known as the country's capital of gastronomy.
It is served with a warm poached egg, little garlic croutons, hot lardons, a nice dressing made with red wine vinegar, a few shallots, and of course the leaves are dandelions. I want to see the poached egg runny and hot inside. Croutons have to be thin and crispy, elegant, not big chunky croutons. I want our chefs to understand that this is a rustic dish, but that it can be elevated to a great dish if they use finesse and dexterity.
Their second classic is a Paris-Brest. Invented in the 19th century, this pastry is named after a cycling race between the French cities of Paris and Brest. It's shaped like a bicycle wheel.
Paris-Brest is a wonderful choux pastry bun filled with praline cream. The choux pastry, if it's done properly, will rise and give a lovely, lovely light interior. It's a buttercream, which can be rich and heavy, but you need to beat it to get it nice and light.
I hope these chefs have taken time to work in the dessert section. If they haven't, they're going to get found out pretty quickly. This is a real test of their lightness of touch and their knowledge of pastry.
Right, Justin, do you understand these recipes?
Yeah, I think I understand them.
I don't suppose you've made a Paris-Brest before, have you?
I haven't actually, no.
Have you eaten one?
I can't say I have either, actually, to be honest with you.
Have you seen one?
Yeah, again, I can't say I have, actually. Yeah.
you stumbled a bit on a salad in the versatility test.
Yes.
So now you've got one here. What are you going to do to make the difference there?
I'm just going to simplify it slightly, follow the recipe, and make it more refined on the plate.
Have you got what it takes to go through now, Justin?
I really hope so. Really hope so.
In this round, he's got to get it right on the presentation. He's got a salad again in the classic recipe. It's going to have to be neat.
Justin's never made a Paris-Brest before. He's not sure what one looks like. He's never tasted one. I mean, how's that going to turn out?
"20 minutes in, Richard discovers that he's confused the ingredients for his pastry and his praline filling.
Right, Richard, how we doing?
Started off a bit shaky, to be honest. A little bit of a mix-up, but back on track now.
Were we going to end up with a salad and a pastry at one stage then?
I think, yeah, nearly.
So you're feeling fairly confident with the Leonese salad?
Hopefully it'll wow you this time. No bland flavours.
Do you think you can nick this quarter-final space?
It's going to be hard work, but I'll give it a go.
Richard was in a bit of a mess to start off with, so he wasted about 10 minutes of his time there. Hopefully he'll be able to catch that up. He was really motoring. Right, Adam, do you understand the recipes?
I'm not 100%. I've never done these recipes before, but I'm going through step by step.
Have you conquered your nerves now?
Yeah, my nerves are a lot better than they were earlier. I've just got to stop making silly little mistakes, really.
What's at stake for you here?
It's not my ego, but along those lines, you know I cook day to day. I cook every day, 5 days a week, 15 hours a day. That's what I do for a living, and I love it. If I got eliminated, then I just feel ashamed, really. And it's just the simple little things that it's going to cost me.
Adam's still got that nervous look in his eye, but the buttercream, he's made it on time and it's in the fridge setting. So we should, I think, get a good dessert from him.
I'm sure he can make the salad. I'm sure he can make it tasty. It's whether he can eradicate the little mistakes. Can he focus? Can he get control of his nerves? Got 5 minutes. You have 1 minute. Get it on those plates. That's it. Time is up.
With a quarter-final place at stake, the chefs need their classic dishes to reach the standard Michel requires. The first dish to come under scrutiny is their salad Leonese.
Justin, let's start with you.
It's certainly an improvement on that massive, big, overdressed salad that you gave us in the first round, but it's not refined. Look at that, lovely, beautiful. The egg is perfectly cooked. In fact, it's beautifully cooked, well done. Your salad is well dressed, well seasoned. The croutons are a bit big. It's a good salad, but you haven't given it that little bit extra that we were looking for.
I would happily eat it all, more than happily eat it all, although I'd still like it to look more refined. Adam, your turn.
This is a novel way of giving us croutons, a baguette sliced in half and almost sort of made into a garlic bread. But it's not the way a salad Leonese would be presented. Lovely. Very nice. The flavours are there. Very good flavours. The lardons are nice and thin and delicate. It's a very good salad.
It tastes great. It tastes great. Really yummy.
Right, Richard, your egg looks a bit sad. I tasted the water that you were poaching it in, and you had salted it slightly, and you hadn't put any vinegar in. And if you put salt in the water for poaching eggs, it actually counteracts it and makes your egg go flat. Your lardons are a little bit overcooked, and one of the croutons there looks a little bit too brown. There's a lot of things which are not right about this. But the one thing that we did tell you to do, and that was to taste your food, you've done. Seasoning spot on, so well done.
A little sharp note of vinaigrette. The rest is bitter leaves and gooey egg. A nice bit of seasoning on there. Lovely.
The chef's second classic is their Paris-Brest.
Justin, let's look at yours.
First of all, Justin, it's ginormous. It is huge. It is humongous. It hasn't got the hole in the middle. The choux pastry has got a lovely crunch to the outside. It is unfortunately slightly undercooked because it was such a big choux that some of the pastry inside is a bit gooey. But you've got the flavours right, most definitely.
You said you'd never seen one before? It don't look like that.
I should have perhaps gone a little more delicate with the dessert, but the choux pastry obviously worked, because believe me, when I first piped that, it was nowhere near that size and the thing just ballooned. But there's 2 people to feed, so why not?
Adam, let's have a look at this.
Your choux pastry isn't quite cooked enough. It is rather gooey. And the filling, the praline cream, is a little bit wet as well. It doesn't look like it's set properly. No, that's disappointing. Yeah, very disappointing.
Your flavours are there. All the flavours are good. It's a texture issue here.
The salad, I think, went okay. Obviously, out of all the dishes I've done today, the dessert, I think, was the one that let me down the most.
Richard, you had to throw it away and start again, so well done. I mean, you've had to really work hard and fast.
You understood that there should have been a hole in the middle. Unfortunately, you filled the hole with cream. The choux pastry, I think, is fine. It's just not cooked enough. It's the praline cream which has that odd texture. It's cloying when it should be creamy.
Not too far off, but it's not the lovely light pastry that you find in Paris.
I was pleased that I managed to finish the pastry after the little mix-up. The fact that it was slightly undercooked is probably down to lack of experience in pastry, which I am trying to work on.
I don't think this is going to be an easy judging decision. I can't see a clear winner here, Michel.
Justin's an odd one. We did go on about presentation issues in the versatility test, but it didn't really improve in the classics.
He just doesn't get what elegant food should look like. The mackerel salad, good, but it was scruffy.
His second course was 2 dishes in one. The fennel salad with the mackerel would have been perfect, or the potato and cream sauce with the mackerel would have been perfect. Then in the classics, he gave us a Leonese salad. Again, was too bulky. The croutons were too big.
He probably gave us the best Paris-Brest. It was the best flavoured, but the thing was just ginormous.
The presentation maybe needed a little bit of tweaking, that's fine, but I think I've been very consistent with flavour and taste during the entire course of the day. Hopefully they'll see that and put me through to the next stage.
If there's someone in the room that completely understands fine dining presentation, and that's Adam. The mackerel dish that he did with the orange and the rhubarb looked wonderful. And I loved the flavours, but he'd overdone it on the orange.
The second dish he gave us was equally, I thought, beautifully presented. Everything on the plate was well seasoned. He'd made a very good cream sauce. And it was a very pretty dish and a skillful dish. Adam's Paris-Brest was not brilliant. In fact, I found it rather disappointing.
But his salad tasted great. That was easily the best salad on the table.
It feels like I've done a service for 100 covers, but it's only 2. And they were probably the most 2 critical covers that we could do. But I think I've impressed the judges today because I've shown that I can cook.
I think Richard has a lot of potential. He's a really good young chef.
He's young, he's inexperienced, and he's obviously got talent. And he's got the right attitude. We've seen that.
I think he has the eye for presentation because his first mackerel dish that he gave us was minimalist, but it was beautifully clean and well presented. But it lacked seasoning and cohesion. It was just a tomato salad, and it was an under-seasoned tomato salad at that.
His second mackerel dish, he tried to serve risotto as an accompaniment. Didn't work at all.
For the classic recipe test, he listened and took on board and tasted his food and gave us a well-seasoned Leonese salad, but there were mistakes. The Paris-Brest was the right shape. With a hole in the middle, unfortunately, he put cream in there. I think he's going to turn out one day to be a really good chef, but I think he's got a way to go yet.
If I was to go through, I know I could take these tips that they give me, take the criticism and become a better chef.
This is how I see it. We've got Justin, who can really give us flavour, but just cannot give us presentation. We've got Adam, who keeps giving us 95% of a good dish, but there's always a little issue. And we've got Richard, really keen, but not sure that he's got the same level of knowledge as the other 2.
There's an argument for each one of them. The chef going through to the quarterfinal is Adam.
It's been a tough competition. It hasn't put me off trying again, and hopefully I'll come back and win it next time.
Feel a little bit gutted, but I've done the best I could, and obviously wasn't good enough.
Inside, I'm feeling, I want to start doing backflip. I honestly expected to be leaving. I just can't get over it, to be honest.
Adam will be back for the quarter-final to battle it out for the title of Professional MasterChef.